know they went today. I know this has been a really meaningful project to all of us. And so we're going to hear from our interns. They're going to read their artist statement. We're going to hear from Raoul. And then we're going to eat some cake. So at first, we're going to hear from Raoul. He'll say just a couple of words about the project.
Please, I'm long-winded. I'll say a couple of things. One thing is it's been a pleasure and an honor to partner with everybody here, from the youth, each one of you, the college students, Risha, Artworks, and Jesus, and Nelson, everybody that's been involved, Carrie, everybody that's been involved in this project has really put a lot of heart into it. And we're trying to get a lot of heart out of it. So it's taking us a while to move forward, but it's been a real joy for me, and I've learned a lot about the history that we discovered when we started talking to people. And so it's my belief that stories are important, but they're only important to people that hear them. And so this is a pretty good story, and it ought to be told in many ways. And so hopefully this can be another way that it can be told and retold later on in new ways because of it. That would be my hope. I think that's what I would say.
So my name is Risha McKee from Artworks from Milwaukee. Terry Murphy is back there, who's our executive director, and Mary, one of our board members. So our mission is teaching job skills through the arts. We engage high school students throughout the year in a variety of projects, and so we were able to hire several high school students to work on this project. And they're going to read their artist statement for you right now that they spent 3 days working on. We have a bunch of copies for everybody so you can follow along.
I took hers.
I go to Escuela Verde, so I'm very proud of being in this, being part of this mural and working with everyone. It's been really nice.
My name is Fatuma Mohammed. I'm a junior at Rufus King High School. It was also fun meeting amazing people and getting to do this and raising awareness for a cause. The struggle is real.
Oh, sorry. Okay. The struggle is real.
Migrant communities have had years of
Overcoming difficult situations.
The work of this mural goes beyond what you physically see. It transmits the
Oral stories
of those being portrayed, the
narratives
narratives of former migrant work organizers, activists, and current UMOS members. This research-based project aims to showcase the beginning of
United Migrant Opportunity Services
since 1965. Throughout this mural, there are a series of themes that depict intersectionality among the struggles of
work, family, education, and culture. Migrant workers in the U.S. have struggled to find equitable workers' rights. After being recruited by UMOS, entire families migrated to Wisconsin. They worked hard in the fields, but low wages and bad conditions were a daily struggle. Through archival documents and interviews, we learned about the migrant workers who marched from Altoma to Madison, Wisconsin. The movement's key organizer, Jesus Salas, helped with the implementation of better working conditions for migrant workers in the state. After attaining a better working environment, many farm workers transitioned to jobs in manufacturing and brewing. However, difficulties at the new workplace rise up given the racial tension of that time.
Since the beginning, family has been the backbone for the migrant movement. In this mural, we depict family in various scenarios that illustrate the unity and effort to inspire
Change for the next generations.
Based on the research, we have found out that migrant families moved around constantly where work was available. This final effort led to the unstable environment to raise a family. And because of this, migrant families began to root themselves in the city of Milwaukee. In response, UMOS created the Child Development Program. This program has provided care for the children of migrant and seasonal farm workers, allowing them to comply with their work while supporting the values of UMOS.
The continuum of challenges for migrant families did not stop in the workplace. Obtaining a better job was and has been correlated with having a good education. Some of the stories we learned about unveil a piece of history that links up the effort of student organizers to improve higher education access to Chicanos and Latinos in Milwaukee. From the Chapman Hall takeover to the creation of a Spanish-speaking outreach institute known as the Roberto Hernandez Center at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, the mural celebrates their victories and struggles they overcame. Also, this movement initiated the bilingual education program in the city of Milwaukee that challenged traditional education and birthed the pioneers of a new educational movement.
Throughout American history, immigrants of all ethnicities have been
Pressured to forget their home culture and language in order to assimilate and become more American.
The Latino/Chicano community in the United States, specifically in Wisconsin-Milwaukee,
Resisted the pressure
to have their culture
whitewashed and language forgotten
while contributing to the American society. Through UMOS, Mexican Fiesta was able to provide traditional festivities to Milwaukee Latino families. All of this carries out the roots of the migrant families' identities, showcasing the struggle to obtain social justice. With bold remarks, the various movements created a spectrum of lucha for the next generation to not forget their
culture and humble beginnings. The Culture Work Project emphasizes intersectionality represented in the UMOS mural through the following themes of work, family, education, and culture. This history of one of the largest Hispanic-based service organizations in the Midwest displays the stories of those who changed the system to help endure through the difficult times. This mural is a statement of what it looks like to fight for humane working conditions, equal education rights, and family welfare, a depiction of our people struggling for a better future.
So let's have all of the high school interns here, and have Terry present your certificates of completion. Maybe she wants to say a couple of things as well, and then we will celebrate with some cake. Okay, thank you, Frisia.
We're really, really proud of you and thankful to Raoul and UWM and MSOE and all the people the leaders of the Latino immigrant struggle who shared their stories and helped us bring this to light. And I think this project has kind of taken on a life of its own. So the mural is one piece, but they're oral histories, and hopefully they're going to go in the UWM archive, and there's lots more to come, hopefully. So thank you so much for being a part of this. It seems like it was a good experience for you, and we wish you the best of luck in your post-high school and career endeavors. Fatuma Mohammed. Medalla de Manos Santos. Can I go? I don't know. Was it still Isabel Castro? Eduardo Rangel.
Lisa came up to me and said, why don't we do the unity clap, which is something we do at the end of every session, and it's something that you all can participate in, and she's going to lead it.
So if we can just stand in a circle, all facing in.
Should we go around the chairs and move them out of the way?
So we start with our hands on our hearts. And the unity clap is something that started in the farm workers movement. So on the plantations, there were Filipinos and there were Mexicans, and there was a language barrier. They didn't speak the same language. So to communicate, to talk about when, you know, they had lunch, when they had bathroom breaks, or when strikes were happening, when they were going to protest, they would do this and they would say this phrase, "Isang bagsak," which means one rise, one fall. So the way the unity clap works is we start with our hands and our hearts, and someone leads it, and we start to clap to the beat of our heart. So everyone claps to the beat of their heart, and we see that the clap becomes one as our heartbeats become one, as we become one. And so we reach a climax, and we stop and we say, "Isang bagsak," one rise, one fall. And that's the unity clap. So I'm going to start.